The golden sun had tucked itself behind the hills, and the stars began to blink like tiny nightlights in the sky. Inside the cozy house, the air smelled like cinnamon tea. Grandma Rose sat in her large, velvet armchair, her colorful headscarf catching the soft lamp glow. Little Sochika hopped onto the footstool, her eyes bright and playful. "Is it story time, Grandma?" she chirped. Grandma Rose smiled, her face a map of kindness. "It is, my little one. Tonight we talk about the great king who owns the stars and everything beneath them." Jubilee and Alexandra joined them, settling onto the rug. Jubilee, who was 10 and very thoughtful, looked out the window. Grandma Rose opened her old, leather-bound Bible. "The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it," she quoted softly. "That means the trees, the rivers, and even the pennies in our pockets belong to him. We are his managers, Jubilee. He trusts us to look after his treasures while we are here." Jubilee nodded, imagining himself as a keeper of a great king's garden. "Does that mean my time belongs to God too?" Jubilee asked. Grandma Rose nodded. "Yes, Jubilee. Time is a gift. When you spend your time learning, helping others, or resting your body, you are being a good manager of the hours God gave you." Jubilee thought about his day, how he had spent an hour reading to a neighbor and another hour playing tag. He realized that every minute was a small seed he could plant for the king. Alexandra, who was 8 and very practical, held up her sketchbook. "What about my drawing, Grandma? Is my talent a gift I manage?" Grandma Rose patted Alexandra's hand. "Indeed, Alexandra. God gives us different talents. Some can sing, some can fix things, and some can draw beautiful worlds. When you use your art to bring joy to someone who is sad, you are using the king's gift exactly the way he intended." Alexandra looked at her pencils with new respect. Sochika reached into her pocket and pulled out a shiny silver coin she had found earlier. "And my money?" she asked, her voice a tiny whisper. Grandma Rose pulled Sochika onto her lap. "Even your little coin, Sochika. We come into this world with nothing, and we take nothing with us when we leave. While we are here, we manage our money to buy what we need and to give to those who have less. Being faithful with a little coin shows God he can trust you with more." "Let me tell you a story the great teacher told," Grandma Rose said, her voice dropping to a soothing hum. "Once, a master went on a long journey. Before he left, he gave 3 of his servants some bags of gold to manage. To one he gave 5 bags, to another 2, and to the last, just 1. He chose the amounts based on what he knew they could handle." Jubilee leaned in, his chin in his hand, picturing the servants standing before their master. Grandma Rose continued. "The servant with 5 bags worked hard and earned 5 more. The servant with 2 bags did the same and earned 2 more. They were very busy being good managers." Jubilee looked at Alexandra and whispered, "They used their time and their talents well." Alexandra nodded, thinking about how much work it must have taken to double what they were given for their master. "But the servant with 1 bag was afraid," Grandma Rose said sadly. "He hid his gold in the ground and did nothing. When the master returned, he was happy with the first 2. He told them, 'Well done. You were faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things.' But he was disappointed in the servant who hid his gift." Grandma Rose looked at Alexandra. "God doesn't want us to be afraid, my dear. He wants us to try our best with what we have." "There is one more gift," Grandma Rose whispered, tucking a stray hair behind Sochika's ear. "The gift of people, our friends, our brothers, and our sisters. We manage our relationships by being kind, by forgiving, and by loving one another." Alexandra reached out and squeezed Sochika's hand. The room felt very warm and safe. They understood now that everything, their time, their skills, their pennies, and their love, was a treasure on loan from God. Grandma Rose kissed each of their foreheads. "Now, let's talk to the owner of all things before we sleep." They closed their eyes as she prayed. "Dear God, Thank you for trusting us with your world. Thank you for our time, our talents, and our family. Help us to be faithful managers of your gifts tomorrow. Keep us safe in your arms tonight. Amen. The children climbed into their beds, feeling small but very important in God's big, beautiful plan.